Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Russia Talk Talk, and my name is Ari. So finally I have moved to another place, and one more time I thought how difficult it is, how stressful it is to find new place to live and move. And that moment I thought how stressful and challenging it was for my foreign friends to find new dwelling when they came to Russia. So if you are going to come to Russia and live in Russia and you will have to find a place to live, this video for you. So first of all, I was thinking about the first problem that people experience when they're trying to find place where to find. And if I were a foreigner, I would first of all I would find some Russian people to help me to do this. And actually, some of my friends actually did it, and I know it's the easiest and the best way to solve this task. You can find Russian people, and usually in open-minded people that are interested in new friends. They never say no and always are ready to help. And it's easy, even if you don't have any Russian friends before you come to Russia. It's not difficult, I guess, find some people even before you come to Russia. Like on couch surfing, there are many Russian people that want to meet and meet new friends, and you can ask them for help. Or Hello Talk, it's an app for studying languages, but you can also find some new friends. And some of people I know actually found some Russian people before they came to Russia. They found some Russian people and asked them to help to find some apartment or room to rent, and it perfectly worked. And actually I was the one of these people who helped to do this. It really works, so try to find Russian people that can help you with this challenging task. Number two, you can find some dwelling, an apartment or a room to rent, or Airbnb. It's also very popular in Russia. You can easily find some place to stay for both for short trip and for a long stay. But as far as I know, the prices are usually a little bit higher or significantly sometimes higher than its than average market price. So it's up to you. Just keep scrolling, searching, and maybe you find some really good option for long stay rent. Another popular place or source where you can find some apartment to rent or a room is actually Avito. It's a very popular Russian website where people sell and buy almost like everything, all goods, all services, and even apartments. And here you can find some information about rooms and apartments for renting out. It's actually it was the way how I found this my new apartment, and that was very quick and very comfortable. You can find actually places directly from the owner or from agencies, and there are really many options in any district of the city in and any size or any price. So it's up to you. You just put some options what you exactly want to get, and get the shortest list exactly a list exactly what you need. If you come to Russia and you are going to stay here for a long period of time, for even like for 6 months, of course, very helpful and beneficial is going to be Vkontakte, which is Russian social net, like Russian Facebook. And here there are so many really good groups, useful groups with a lot of information, including groups where you can find some place to rent. Usually, people just leave their information about a room or a flat that they are renting out, or some people that are looking for neighbors. So you just find these groups, put the main words for searching, and you can easily get all groups that you need and find all needed information there. And the very big good thing about searching place to rent in Vkontakte is actually that you can go directly to the page of people they had left the information about renting out an apartment or a room, and you can write them directly. You can ask any information you want to know, any pictures and so on. Like, it's really online communication. But there is also one important information that I should tell you. There are different groups for renting or finding a place to rent. There are English-speaking groups for foreigners, and like groups for Russian people. And of course, as you can guess, prices for the same rooms or flats are much higher, or like some percentage higher for foreigners in English speaking groups than it is in Russian like regular groups. I guess it happened because usually from foreigners it's asked to pay much higher, but you can easily avoid it. So if you know Russian or just a little bit, and you can translate, or if you have some Russian-speaking friends, just ask them to go through and find some good place for you, some that you can choose, and then later check. So, to rent an apartment or a flat, you have two options. You can do it directly from the owner, neither from through agency. And because of it, the price that you pay will depend how much. If you get it directly from the owner, or you have to pay additional fee to the agency. So let's talk about the average prices and how much you're gonna pay for this. So when you are ready to move in or to sign a document contract that you are going to rent this apartment or room, first of all, you will have to pay for the next month that you are going to live, and secondly, you will asked to pay like safety deposit. It's amount of money that will be kept by the owner, and it will be returned to you when you move out, or it will be used for like payment for the last months that you are going to stay in that place. If you are going to rent apartment or a room through agency, with agency service, you will also have to pay to the agency, and the amount of safety deposit and the agency fee is gonna be really like different. It always depends on the situation. It's safety deposit, it's usually like 1 month. So like the last month you don't have to pay any money, but in my case right now I've paid just like 50% of the of 1 month's price. So when I move out, I will have to pay the last month. I will have to pay just half of month's payment, but not all. And agency service fee, it's really like different, always different. It depends on situation. It can be like any fixed price, or it sometimes it can be even like 100% of the rent amount. So if sometimes people pay like for when they move in, they pay like for 3 months, but actually in reality they are paying for 2 months, for the first one and the last one. So sometimes it's really like expensive. When you move, your move can be really expensive, but you always can avoid this. Just keep searching and you can find the cheapest way, the best way, comfortable enough and cheap option. And now let's talk about the most important thing. That's the price of a room or apartment that you can find in Russia. Of course, the price will depend on many things like the location, how well it is, how new it is, and blah blah blah. Anyway, St. Petersburg and Moscow are the most expensive cities for renting. Other cities are gonna be cheaper for dwelling, is gonna be cheaper in other cities. But talking about St. Petersburg, the average price of a room starts from like 9,000 rubles, which is like extremely cheap. It's like wow, cheap price. But I guess it's gonna be really like small, very small place room, and the price can be up to like 17,000 rubles, like in a really good apartment, maybe like 2 rooms apartment with in a really good condition and so on. And average price of one room apartment is gonna be like starting from, like mine costs 14,000 rubles, and it can be up to like 30,000 rubles. Sometimes you can find that kind of option, but it's really expensive. I think like normal, like acceptable price for one room apartment is like up to 25,000 rubles. Like it's the maximum that I accept. And room apartments, 2 rooms apartments, this price can be like starting from 24,000 rubles till, no limits. And of course, as you can understand, the nearest to city center, the location is the most expensive it is. The closest to metro it is, the most expensive it is. So it's up to you. You just count your time that you're ready to spend for transportation every day, and because of it, you choose the price. In my case, I'm living like the very end of St. Petersburg and like a little bit far from metro, but it was my decision, and I knew I would spend really much time on my transportation, but I accepted it. But on the other hand, I got really good apartment for really, really good price. So you can get a room, you can find a room in a very like an old building that we have a lot in St. Petersburg, old style buildings, and usually apartments are really like huge, and there are like up to, I don't know, 7, 6, 5 rooms. That kind of rooms are cheaper, but like you have to bargain to get it. to get really good price. I don't like that kind of option because there is just like usually one bathroom. You have like really strict schedule who is cleaning, so that's not my cup of tea. Absolutely, I prefer living. I always lived in like 2 rooms apartment, so I have less neighbors, and for me it was much more comfortable. And now I decided to move and to get my own place. And before you move, I ask you really, guys, check all documents or just talk with the owner and get all details that you can think and discuss any situations that you can imagine, um, to avoid any like uncomfortable situations later. First of all, like actually very often it happens when people rent a place even without any documents, as I did really like always, really always. And actually this time it's first time when I signed up any document and really legally checked all documents before renting. But when you move in, first of all you should check everything about water, like fridge or any technique facilities, to check if everything is working well, and if something is broken, so you just discuss it that you're not responsible for this, and like the owner is supposed to fix it. And before you move, you should check if the person who is renting it out is the owner, the really owner of this place. So they usually show like an orangish document where it's written that address, the place of this address, and who is the owner of this place. So if you can read a little bit Russian, so it can help you really a lot, or just ask some Russian people to go with you to check all documents and discuss all that kind of details that are usually difficult to discuss for foreigners that come to Russia and have to rent some place to live. And really important thing to discuss before you move in is actually the way how you're going to move out. It's usually that you have to, the usual situation is you are asked to say to the owner that you're going to go out just like 30 days before. But there are some people that ask you to leave like exactly like 10 months or blah blah blah. So and if you want to stay shorter time, you lose your safety deposit, which is absolutely insane. I don't recommend you agree with that kind of option, because you can always find some people, some owners that are more, democratic, and they are okay if you just tell them just 30 days before. And if you find some better option, if you find some friends and want to move and start living with them, sharing an apartment that is more profitable for you, so that's the easiest way to move out and solve this situation. And the very last thing that I want to tell you is actually warning. You will find many notes and any advertisements in internet about some different places, and sometimes you will find extremely good like luxury places, rooms or apartments for really cheap price. And when you call them, they will ask you to go to an agency and pay some deposit. And just if it happens, to, if you are asked to pay some money just before you even can see the place, just no, just say no. Don't waste your time and don't waste your energy, because that's the very way, it's just direct way to lose your money. That kind of agencies, they usually ask people to come to their office and pay some deposit. They show you some pictures and describe everything, that everything is perfect, they're super nice, and they ask you to pay like approximately like 10,000 rubles, and they give you just a number, a phone number and like address, and like you go there by your own, and of course nobody will answer and you will not find this apartment or room, because they usually just don't exist. So never do that kind of things. It usually happens, you just meet with people, with agency or with owner in that place that you are going to see. And when you can see the place where you are inside and you can check everything out, you can say like, yes, I like it and I'm gonna sign the documents up, or you can say no, and only then you pay money, but never before you see the place. So I hope this video was very useful for you. I hope if you come here and you experience moving, finding a place to rent, I hope everything is going happen well, and because of this video, and I hope you meet really a lot and nice people that help you with this thing. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and it was useful for you, and you will save some energy, time and money because of this video. And always ask some people to help you, because there are always many people around that are ready to help you. Just ask about it. Thank you for watching and bye.